some really fun fall flowers this week, so let's do a little flower haul. This is another beautiful neutral rose. This is quicksand. It's been around longer and is a little more common than a toffee rose. Such a popular wedding flower because it's neutral. It also has a really nice pink undertone, as you can see. I personally really love it because with color palettes, you can use it with neutrals that are both cool and warm. It kind of transforms into the space. These butterfly ranunculus are good. It has both cool and warm undertones, but you can see that it just blends in so pretty. By the way, I got a dog. Look at her. I really wanted to name her Aviva the Diva, but my husband thinks it's too close to our other dog's name, Viviana. She's just a little angel baby dog. It's one of my favorite products for flowers. It's quick dip. You just pour a little in a bowl and give your flowers a fresh trim, and then quick dip. And there we go. It helps them maximize the absorption of water and they'll just perk up a little bit more. The outside leaves are a little more green, so I just remove. There we go. Very romantic. Since we were already talking about the butterfly ranunculus, let's go ahead and do those next. These are very delicate, so I'm gonna pull all of these out and put them in a bigger bucket because they get tangled very easily and their stems also bruise easily. So I'm going to put them in a larger bucket. When you're prepping them, you really want to give them room to breathe. And then I'm just removing all of the leaves very gently because like I said, they are very delicate. And so you can leave some leaves if you like that green look, but it's not what I'm going for. This is looking pretty good. Look at that. Volume wise, this is a lot better than this, but for the design that I'm doing, there's no green. So I need to minimize the look. A lot of people really do gold accents with jewel tones, peacock colors, but I really love the silver. I think it's so pretty. If you're one of my flower friends on here, I'm sure you've heard me talk about butterfly ranunculus. It's something I use all of the time. But if you're new here, they're basically a hybrid of the traditional ranunculus. They were bred in Italy and Japan to have a more fluttery feel. They have less petals. They also have like a more of a glowy, waxy texture to the petals, which gives them a very fluttery butterfly feel. They really just float along and have beautiful movement. The colors change as they age. Prep a bunch of them and then I'll just do one big cut. Quick dip. And into the water. Once you get up to the more delicate part of the stem, if you want to remove any of these greens, pull them up instead of down, and you're less likely to break your stem. Pretty. Ranunculus leaves are also just so strange to me. I feel like they should be in a spring salad mix. They must be related, right? And these are done. So fluttery, so pretty. And now that we've removed our spring salad mix from the bottom, they're a lot less crowded in the space. I love that a flower is so pretty. It can just be a standalone arrangement like this. The ranunculus is so beautiful. I feel like they're like mini versions of peonies. That is so pretty. All right, Matt, pick out what flower you're doing next.
Which one I'm most interested in?
I knew it. Bring them over.
Yeah.
I was feeling like my flower choices this week were very boring. And then when I was checking out, I peeked inside of the tropical cooler, even though none of these are like tropics. I'm not doing tropical anything, but I saw these and I was like, oh my God, the texture, the sculpture, so good. So these are cobra lilies. I love flowers that are carnivores. You can see inside, there's like a tube inside of there, and there's these very fine hairs that are all upward moving. So if the bug goes in, it'll produce like a sweet nectar, and the bug will be interested in it and go down into the hole, but then it can't climb out because of the pokey things. So cool. And the plant deconstructs it and eats it and takes the nutrients. These grow in boggy, marshy areas where there's not a lot of soil nutrients, so they just evolved to eat bugs and get their nutrients from bugs. I think it's so interesting. I've also heard them called pitcher plants because it kind of looks like a pitcher, right? Don't use it like a pitcher. Do not put water in here. Only get water on the very, very bottom, because if it gets water in this part, it'll get trapped and then it'll get moldy. You don't want that. But yeah, so much more interesting and fun. Love these. There's really no prep work. Just in, and don't do too much water because you don't want the water to get inside. Next, let's do the celosia. Matt was picking on this one. He said it looks like it's dying, dead, and like, yeah, it's probably not in the best shape, but we can fluff it up. So we're just removing all the greens, anything that doesn't look great. These need a lot of water to hydrate all of the situation that's up here. You can hang them to dry out, and then you can keep them for so long. The color will change a little bit, but it'll still be so beautiful. And just like pampas grass, you can hairspray it. I learned that trick from someone in my comments. Thank you. We have stock. If you watched my videos before, you know how much I love stock. It smells delightful. And to fluff it up, I just cut off the top. I also remove all of the greens. So sturdy. Snip off the top, and look how pretty that is as the hydrangea and my nails. And then some really beautiful David Austin garden roses in the same shade as the hydrangea. I got these for personal use, just for our table. I thought they were so pretty. I love a white spray rose. And that's all. Let me know if you have any questions about any of the flowers, any requests. Have a great week.